Welcome to the Lit Author Conversations. My name is Marcia Spence, and I'm one of the co-founders of Literary Inspirational Trailblazers. And I'm here with Denise Guinan, who is one of the children's authors who has been selected to receive an award on the 11th of April. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you so much, Marcia. Thank you.
It is lovely to meet you virtually. Denise, you're a children's book author. Can you tell me about your writing and your creations, please?
Yeah, I writing. I use writing as a way to understand emotions and situations around me. And I had my first child when I was 20. I have five children, and I love telling them stories. So I used to get books from the library. I used to buy books. And then I used to listen to what they went through in their day at school. And then I would make up a story on the spot with different characters with their scenario, but the outcome would be different. And they would go to bed feeling like, yay, that was a really good story. So that's what got me into writing in the first place.
That's wonderful. So, give me the titles of your books.
Goodness. Okay, so my first book was Mr. Snowy,
Mhm.
and that book was based on my youngest son, Micah. One time we went out, there's a few of us, we went out to a function and it was winter and there was loads of snow on the cars. And you know how the children love to sweep their arm across the car and get a kind of like snowball? And so he had this snowball, it was about this big, and he said, I'm going to call it Mr. Snowy. He was about 6 years old at the time. And we went to get some food because he was hungry. And then we got to the bus stop to get a bus home. And he was told that he couldn't take it on the bus because he couldn't grip the snowball on the bus. And so I put my hand in my bag and I had a carrier bag. So we put Mr. Snowy in the carrier bag and took Mr. Snowy home. And that was on my mind for a couple of days. We were talking about it and laughing. And that became my first book. And then I did a follow up, Mr. Snowy in the Park. Years later, my eldest daughter, she's got three daughters now, but her eldest is called Logan. And Logan is she was a very inquisitive child. She still is now. And seeing the world through her eyes was a phenomenal experience. So I started writing books about Logan and her experiences in life. And she questioned so much, as some children do, but she was able to question out loud and like think out loud. And I absolutely love that about her. So I started writing books. I've got the Logan series, volume one. There's five books in there. And the Logan series, volume two, there's four books in there. So I pushed pause on that for a little bit because I'm also a teacher and I've taught all the year groups in primary. And I noticed a running theme throughout lots of the children that I've taught that they don't feel good enough for one reason or another. So they're not tall enough, they're not fast enough, they're not pretty enough, they don't have the best clothes, they don't have this. And these children have very unique and special qualities. Like they're amazing children, but they feel that they don't measure up. So I wrote a book that came out, I think it was 2024, called The Star Who Was Scared to Shine. And it was about a star, it was based on these children who constantly compared itself to its siblings, its family, its friends, and it was very timid because it thought that it had to measure up to everything around it. And eventually it was spoken into the star's life that it should be comfortable being itself. And it was like, don't know about that. And then there was an opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity for a special star to go and do something to help people on Earth. And this star, the right shape, the right size, and everything. And it's almost like it realized that's what it was created for. And it didn't need to compare itself to anything or anyone else. It was unique just the way it was. So
Oh,
that was a
Denise,
very special
that
book for me.
is a wonderful book. I think it's a book that doesn't everyone need, child or
Yeah,
adult, for children to have a book like that to help them with their foundation and with their
yeah,
self-confidence and understanding their value. Sounds
yeah.
wonderful. Where can we get your books?
All my books are on Amazon at the moment, so all of them are on there. And um, that held a very special place in my heart because I started doing workshops around it in schools like
Right.
primary schools before I went back into teaching full time.
Okay.
But I started doing workshops, and it's really good for PSHE because it talks about what's within. And I know in schools we focus so much on the academia,
Yes.
um, lots and lots of things that we learn in school are not going to take us through life. What we know about ourselves, what we believe
Yes.
about ourselves,
Absolutely.
when we discover our purpose, that's what takes us through life. And
Yeah.
so for me, it's very important to let children know at a very young age,
Yeah.
those are the things that really matter.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And
Thank you.
so, in talking about purpose, in talking about knowing your value,
Yeah,
what does it mean to you to be recognized as a lit celebrated author?
goodness me. It's been a journey, Marcia. I think everyone you speak to will probably say the same thing because life is a journey. And we have some mountains and we have some valleys. And I've had lots and lots of valleys. And my writing back in the day, I think I first published 13 years ago. And my writing back then described as little and little books and little words. And it was very diminished. And I took that on board because as a writer, and I know that you would know this, when you write, you share a piece of yourself with the world. And for it to be diminished, it almost crushes you or it tries to
Mm,
crush you. And I had to come out of certain environments and go into different environments for me to be able to flourish and to, yes,
mm,
100% yes. And so my latest book, which is called My World, is a book of poetry. That book encapsulates the journey for children and adults because I believe there's a child in all of us. Um, that really shows purpose. It shows that life is valleys and mountains, and I've kind of come full circle with that book. Although it's a children's book, I think everyone can relate to the poetry in it. And so for me to be recognized and acknowledged as an author was mind blowing. That's the first thing. And I feel honored. I feel very honored and very humbled. But I really want, there's so many people that I speak to about writing that say, oh, I really want to write. And I say to them, do it. There is
yeah.
no one that writes that is super special and super anything. It's
No.
ordinary people just having the guts
Yes.
as Joyce Meyer would say, doing it afraid. You're afraid, you don't
Yes.
know what the outcome is, but you're going to do it anyway. And it's
Yeah.
taking that step of faith and just writing. So
Yeah.
to be acknowledged for doing that, I'm very honored, very humbled, and I thank you and your
Mm.
partners for having this platform that celebrate authors to do this. I thank you.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And it feels like, when you're called to do something, like you're called to write or you're called, it's part of, and I believe it's part of my purpose to facilitate this, because it's such a beautiful experience as well. Just listening to you and connecting with other people who are writers. And so, what are you looking forward to on the Lit Author Celebration Day?
So I'm looking forward to dressing up in a frock. Because normally I'm in school as I'm with like 6 and 7 year olds, so it's not a dressy environment. and I rough it every day. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to connecting with like-minded people. I'm looking forward to seeing people who stepped out because I think a lot of people don't wake up from whatever and say, right, that's it. I'm going to be an author and this is going to be easy. I don't think the path is easy for anybody. But you know, when people actually just do it, they stop talking and they start acting. I love that. And I love that energy. And that's what I'm looking forward to connecting with the most on the
Yeah.
day.
So what would you say to someone who's been thinking about writing, talking about writing? I know that I had been scribbling things down for about 10 years until I
Wow.
went to an event that was filled with authors. And I wasn't
Wow.
an author at that point,
Mhm.
but I was so inspired. I went home and I wrote 25,000 words in 2 weeks because the inspiration of being around these phenomenal people. And
Yeah.
I know from my perspective, anyone who's thinking about writing, coming to Lit, connecting with the authors, you're going to be inspired. You're going to get that final push to write. Your thoughts, Denise, before we finish?
My thoughts are, and the word that came to me when you were speaking was synergy. The word is synergy because by ourselves we can do so much.
Mm-hmm.
But connecting with even one other person, two other people,
Mm.
will multiply and magnify what you have within. When you're with like-minded people, whether that's writing, whether that's working out, whether that's cooking, whether that's healthy eating,
Yes.
whatever your interest is, you have a fire within you to do it for yourself. And then when you connect with other people, it becomes a furnace and you get it's not that you're just inspired, it the energy and the boost you get and the family that you become a part of,
Yes.
you have accountability there, you have help, you have a sounding board, you
Mm.
have so much. I would say if anyone is interested in writing, if anyone has started writing, if it's a dream that you've put on the back burner, come to Lit.
Yeah.
Please come to Lit. Connect with me, connect with Marcia, connect
Hmm.
with anybody there. I can
Yeah.
assure you what will come forth will be so much greater than doing it on your own.
Ab-
That's what I would say.
Absolutely. Thank you, Denise. And we do have masterclasses in the
Yeah,
morning. So if you're interested, the grand and look, the venue. The De Vere Grand Connaught rooms are absolutely beautiful. So even your environment alone is celebrating and honoring yourself. Denise, it's been fabulous to talk to you. See, yeah, it's so different, isn't it, from seeing photographs or seeing people in groups to actually have a conversation. And so I'm looking forward to giving you a squeeze when we meet in person
yes,
next month,
definitely.
almost exactly a month's time. Bless
Yeah.
you, and thank you so much for your time. Right.
Thank you, Marcia. You take care.
Thank you.